Right, everyone. Thanks for putting up with Bradley Cooper busting into our studio. It's a real treat for us. But we're back with our guest for tonight, film critic from HudakOnHollywood.com, Dan Hudak. Welcome to the show, Dan.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Dan, I am a aspiring filmmaker, and you are a film critic. Does that make you my enemy, per se?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, pretty much. So be nice to me or else.
All right. Well, I can be as nice to you as I want because other people have kind of been mean for me. Your website, HudakOnHollywood.com, has a lot of great critiques, but it also has a hate mail section. How do you feel about having hate mail? Does it kind of a taste of your own medicine?
I love hate mail. The reason is it's funny because people tell me you're an idiot, you have no right to watch movies, you shouldn't exist. I hope you never have children because they'll be even dumber than you are. You're the worst person in the history of the world. I mean, just so many things, all because I don't like a movie. Mm-hmm. And so I found it really funny, and I said, hey, why not share this? Because it's hilarious, and let other people laugh at it too.
Well, you said sometimes it's for not liking a movie. Some of my favorite ones were for movies that you actually did like. So for the latest Twilight movie, you were told that you should have your man card taken away because you gave it a good review. And then for Cowboys and Aliens, you didn't like, and they said that you shouldn't be allowed to call yourself a man. How's your manhood feeling right now?
It's actually not good because that Beautiful Creatures movie that's in theaters now, I was embarrassed that I like that too.
Is it good? I haven't seen it yet.
No, not really, but it's Twilight Light. Here's the thing. In Twilight, the most important thing in the girl's life was who her boyfriend was. And over 5 movies, teenage girls were getting the message of, as long as your boyfriend is a hunky wolf or a pasty vampire, your life is complete. Which to me seemed really offensive and insulting to young teenage girls everywhere. So I did not care for any of them, except the last one, the action scene in the end, kind of a guilty pleasure. But Beautiful Creatures took it a bit more seriously, if you will, with witches, and I actually enjoyed it. I thought they did better than what Twilight attempted to do.
Okay. Well, girls out there, don't listen to what he said. As a beautiful werewolf creature myself, you can come running to me. But you also sometimes do interviews as well as film critiques. Have you ever talked to anyone cool?
Yeah, a handful of people who were cool. When I first started, though, I realized it's all BS. When I first
This whole interview right now, by the way, is completely BS. But yes, as you were saying.
One of the first was with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, UM's own Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And he was still wrestling at the time, and it was for Walking Tall, the movie he did about 10 years ago. And I said, Dwayne, you're billed as Dwayne Johnson, not The Rock. How come, are you not The Rock anymore? And he's like, well, I'm kind of growing away from that. It's kind of happened organically. People just come to know me as Dwayne. And then I realized as time went by that he was completely full of it at that point, because everyone still calls him The Rock today, 10 years later. And so at that point, I just got kind of jaded about it and thinking there's nothing genuine about these interactions. So I underprepared for an interview with Eva Longoria, who's very lovely, beautiful, talented. But it was right when Desperate Housewives was starting. And I had never watched the show because I had no interest in Desperate Housewives. And so I asked, because it was for her movie Over Her Dead Body, which was terrible. And I asked her, what's it like doing comedy for a change? Because I thought Desperate Housewives was a drama. And she looked at me like I was crazy. Like, what are you talking about? Desperate Housewives is a comedy. And it was that awkward silence. You know those awkward pauses?
I get those on the show all the time. Yeah.
That feel much longer than they really are. I had one of those, and I said, oh, my mistake, I'm sorry. 1 minute later into our interview, and this was the very beginning, I get the sign from the publicist, hey, wrap it up. She hated me. That's
a good segue, because we have to wrap it up right now. We want to hear your opinions about the sketches, so if we could turn a monitor around, you can watch the last sketch, and when we come back, we're going to hear from Dan Hudak from HudakOnHollywood.com about Off the Wire's Sketch Race sketches. This one is my team, Johnny and the Jets. We based this around the theme Bad Advice.